Hi everybody!
If you've been keeping up with gaming news over the last few weeks, you'll have seen that Microsoft might be going third party in the very near future. On the 15th of February, there's going to be an update regarding the future of Xbox. However, for all intents and purposes, we can basically infer the company will become multi-platform in the future. The games found on Xbox will no longer be confined to the current generation and future Xbox consoles along with PC going forward. This was initially a rumor, however, given Microsoft haven't denied the rumors, it's safe to assume these rumors are true. Also, Hi-Fi Rush was already rated for PlayStation and Switch. Later this week, Microsoft will be updating us on what their business plan is going forward. So given it's likely they will make the shift to third party in some way, let's explore if this is actually a good thing for the industry or not. So let's first explore why this is a good thing for the industry going forward. I previously covered in another video why exclusivity is a toxic thing for the gaming industry. While you don't have to watch that video to get the most out of this one, I'm likely touching on some of the same points, so it might be a useful video to watch for some context. But the Cliff Notes version is, I think exclusive games are a necessary evil within the industry. However, I feel like games should ultimately only ever be timed exclusives, which is what it looks like Microsoft is moving towards. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella is on record saying he hates exclusives. So clearly, I agree with that statement. Also, if you've paid attention to the sales of the Xbox in general, you'll see that the Xbox sales have cratered in Europe. If you want to read more about that, a link will be in the description. However, Xbox consoles still sell well in North America. They always have. But they flag when it comes to sales in Europe and in Asia, which are two vital markets. I can't place why Xbox is struggling in Europe. With Asia and especially Japan, it's easier to see why. The Xbox brand just doesn't cater to their taste at all. They tried to do so during the Xbox 360 era to limited success. A lot of people will question why Microsoft is moving towards third party. If it actually does happen, it's easy to see why if you use a bit of logic. The consoles aren't selling what they expect, Microsoft is taking a huge loss on the Xbox division as a whole, and shareholders aren't going to be happy about losing money on their investment. They can, however, recoup their losses. It has been proven time and again that multi-platform games sell more and make more money long-term than releasing a game exclusively on one system. So it actually means more money for Microsoft, which in theory means more games of better quality. But what does this all mean for the industry as a whole? What this means for the industry going forward is ultimately unclear, as Microsoft have indicated they want to keep manufacturing consoles going forward. However, many have speculated that will not last long, as the upkeep, research and development costs, etc. are just way too high for Xbox to be a profitable business model going forward. If Microsoft does leave the manufacturing space, we'll ultimately be fine. We were fine when Sega left as a console manufacturer, and we were fine after the crash in the 80s. Nintendo, and by extension Sony, are not going to ramp up their prices to a point they are no longer affordable for consumers. That would literally screw them over, as fewer people would be buying their games. What is likely to happen is some other manufacturer will get involved making a new console. In all likelihood, it'll be Apple, as they've indicated with a lot of their business moves that they want to take a more serious stab at gaming than they have. Companies just have to make their consoles compelling, which is something Microsoft have failed to do generation after generation. The 360 was their best-selling console, and that still finished in third place. A lot of why Microsoft can't get Xbox to move beyond third place, and often a distant third, is because it can't shake off their reputation of only being a console for first-person shooters. Ultimately, I think Xbox putting their exclusives out as third-party is a good thing for the gaming industry, as it'll mean Nintendo and Sony fans will get access to games they likely wanted to try out anyways. It also means both Sony and Nintendo will have to up their game when it comes to their projects that they pump out, as their games will have to stand out if they want to make the most money possible. So I've covered how the industry will be fine, so let's cover why it could be bad for the industry. just to keep things balanced. So why is this potentially bad for the industry? The possibility of it being bad is admittedly very low. It's more the optics of it. If a tech giant like Microsoft can't make it, who can? Some people will argue this will make gaming more expensive. That's a possibility, but a remote one. Other reasons it's bad for the industry comes down to perceived lack of competition, which isn't true, as PC gaming is still very much a thing. Gaming is actually larger than it ever has been, so there's arguably more competition than there ever has been as well. If Microsoft did stop producing their own consoles, then PC gaming would get bigger, meaning the competition would still be fierce. But since it seems Microsoft will keep making their own consoles for the foreseeable future at least, that's a rather pointless thought exercise. All we can take from this for now is Microsoft will use Xbox exclusives as timed exclusives only, which I believe is what will happen for the industry as a whole going forward. Exclusivity will last for a year or even a couple. Then the masses will have access to any game they want, and that's ultimately a good thing for the consumer. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks go out to my current channel members, R. Campbell and Dani Boy. If you want to help the channel out further, you can do so by clicking the join button or clicking the link in the description. If you liked this video, why not check out my video on why exclusivity is toxic to the gaming industry. Until next time, keep blazing that trail.